Yeah! What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 4 of Hit the Mics with Ryan D. I'm here with my lovely fiance,
Vicky G.
Vicky G. Oh, lovely, babe.
Hello, everyone.
So we just got back from a dope trip.
A brewery trip. Beer trip.
I'm drinking the shit right now. This fucking Pliny the Elder, which is from Russian River Brewing Company. We always go every year for Pliny the Younger, which is only available for 2 days.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Out of the year. Usually the second and third week of February.
And we were only there for 2 days. For a day.
Yeah.
And I drank all the beer.
It's true. In 2 days, we managed to forget those days. That's how drunk we got.
Yeah. I do know that I had, I'm picking up the air conditioning, but fucking Metallica was drowning it out. Hopefully. Where was I? Oh.
Hey, honey.
That's what I was going to do.
That's about all the recycling I can handle today.
That was me.
Just take one more, I'll have a full bag.
Oh, but Daddy doesn't feel so good.
That's true.
So we had a great time. Our Airbnb was in a room with this older couple, this French lady.
Ryan's long lost grandma.
She was like a grandma. She brought in like pastries in the morning. She made coffee. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
And then we met some weird photographer guy with an asshole son at at Russian River.
That we got way too attached to for knowing for 5 minutes, but that was the beer.
Yeah,
the beer
totally.
Talking.
Well, we met my long lost grandma, and then we met my long lost father.
Oh yeah, we did. I was gonna fight the dad.
The son, because he was being such a dick.
Yeah, and I had no idea. You were telling me, I don't know their background. I don't know how that became to be, but I was so pissed off. I was like, I'm gonna fight you.
He was being a dick, but yeah,
But I know his dad for like 5 minutes. For all I know, he like killed his dog and then made him eat it. You know?
Yeah. So. He smacked him around. Put a coat iron. Put a coat hanger up his butt or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was a great time. We're back. We made it back alive. I feel like I annoyed your cousin a little bit.
I think we both did.
Your little cousin came with us, and he had to drive most of the time because he had an ear infection and didn't drink.
Yeah, that sucks. I would have bailed out on us if that was him, but
yeah, me
trooper.
Too. Oh, and I threw up. That was such a weird situation being with those people in that house because, like, I had to get up and throw up in the middle of the night, which was weird because then the next morning, like, they heard everything that went on in that house. So the next morning, she was sitting on the couch, and I got up to go to the bathroom, and then I came back out, and she's on the couch. She's like, hey.
Oh, good information to have is that they're Christian scientists.
Oh, yeah.
Very religious people.
Yeah.
Very sweet.
And neither of them drank.
Yeah.
Like, not an ounce of alcohol.
And we were there to crash in their house and get wasted.
To be wasted.
Yeah. So that was really awkward.
Yeah, it was a last-minute booking. We weren't sure if we were going to go this year, so there was that. And did you have a good Valentine's Day, babe?
I had a great Valentine's Day.
You Valentined?
Yeah.
You Valentined out?
Totally. You kept it with the traditional Simpsons Valentine's Day gift. I mean, what is it? Card. And some flowers, which I love. And you got... What did I get you?
I got a heart-shaped pizza and a giant cookie.
Yeah.
And that booty.
I win.
And that booty.
I win Valentine's Day.
Yeah, you do. All right. Well, this next episode, this is Mike Alberici, which is one of my great friends. He was here being obnoxious. You were here when we recorded this, right? Did you hear him get worked up about a bunch of stupid stuff?
I did.
He kind of stops making sense towards the end. Mike's one of my great friends that I love to push his buttons and get him fucking worked up about stupid shit because he's so easy. He just gets so bent out of shape about anything. And I've known him a while. He's the first dude that gave me he's the dude who gave me my first shot doing stand up. So, but he didn't even know what the fuck he was doing back then either. So I think I give him way too much credit. But anyway, guys, if you're listening to this, I really need you to go to iTunes, give me a rating and a review. And if you have any suggestions about the show, or if you want to, read some emails, you got any questions or anything like that, go. You can email me at ryanpdemarest@gmail.com. That's my personal email address. So I'll get that anywhere I'm at, and I'll respond. And then go to teamryand.com. That's my website. And I'm going to be in San Diego March 28th through April 1st.
Yeah,
so
come party.
If you want to come and party with us for my birthday, and I'll be doing some shows, and hit me up if you want to come see me do stand-up, and I'm in your area. I'll make sure I hook that up. So thank you all for listening. This is episode 4 of Hit the Mics with Ryan D. Like, subscribe, review, do it. Bye. Ready?
We're going live.
Mm-hmm.
So I go on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm gonna
make some noise now. Start clapping now for the one, the only. Come on, guys! Mr. Ryan D. Let him hear it. Come on, let him hear it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Hit the Mics with Ryan D. I am Ryan D, and I'm joined with a good friend of mine and newly a new member of the Pothead community, Mike Alberici.
Hey, Ryan, what's up?
What's up? Look, we got people watching us on the Facebook feed now.
Oh, great. Seth Shapiro.
We only got one. Everybody tuned out already.
Ugh.
Share it. I sent it to you. Fucking do it.
I did it.
So what's up? You're here fucking giving me a hard time already because I'm taking a long time to get set up.
Yep.
Hey, wait, babe. Can you close the door? I don't want you looking at me.
I'm gonna lay it up.
What's up, Mike?
Nothing much, man. It's been a while since I podcasted with you, buddy.
It has.
And it's been a while, I think, since we hung out.
Well, I spent like an hour on the phone with you the other day.
That's true. We always do have a good conversation.
So that was true.
You're one of my favorite people to talk to on the phone besides Dante Chang. I love talking to Dante Chang on the phone.
Oh, you know why I asked you? Speaking of Dante Chang, you know why I asked you?
Dante Chang, by the way. Dante, you're probably not even listening. You probably don't give a fuck.
Dante, I'm really
but I miss you, buddy.
You know why I asked you what the name of his store was? Because I saw something on Fox today. Like Fox posted something about an undercover person going into this clothing store because they're selling like fake merchandise to people. Okay. But I thought it was his store, but it was called something else. It was called, like, you said his is called Throwback Flashback. Yeah, this other place was called
Flashbacks.
Oh, Flashbacks.
Yeah. This
other place was called I don't know, something similar to that though.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
Don't plug them.
Yeah, I know, but they were selling even Gucci stuff. That was like,
seriously, for whoever's listening, go to Flashbacks if you want. Hard to find jerseys. Go there, you'll find amazing off the wall jerseys that you'll just never expect, like a Kobe Bryant.
Hold on, they're not sponsoring me, bro, but shout out.
Hey, Dante is. I'm always
Chang.
looking out for Dante. Hey, like a Kobe Bryant Charlotte Hornets jersey because he was drafted by the Charlotte Hornets. Little known fact. I know Ryan doesn't give two shits about basketball.
Nope.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I do.
Well,
a little bit.
Yeah, he wants to go. You want to go to the Super Bowl and hang out.
I wanted to watch it. Just because you're like the only person I've ever known that actually has like it's from the city of a team that's in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing, man. I'm so fucking ready for that.
Except, well, I don't know. It's like I never grew up with a football
You never
team.
did you grow up a sports fan?
My dad was a huge Lakers fan, and I think he was like a UCLA football fan.
Okay,
But we never had it. But in my house, like we never had a fucking. Yeah.
I just asked you if you were a sports fan.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, no, not really. Sports fan, yeah. Like, I love hockey and like I like baseball, basketball. I've never been to a Laker. I've been to one Laker game.
Okay.
And my dad was a Lakers fan, so we watched the Lakers and the Dodgers all the time. But like that's as far as it went, I was never like diehard. I mean, it was a really big deal for me that the Dodgers were in the World Series this last year. But
yeah,
and because I never even realized what that was like. You forget how young I am. I was never like I missed. I mean, the last time they were in the series was in '88. I wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, and then the Phillies beat them in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't know. LA's sports environment. You know what? Like, here's something I'm gonna say. It's like I go to this sports bar to watch the Eagles in LA. It's in West LA. Me and my girlfriend. It's right around the corner.
What's it
It's
called?
called The Garage. There's actually a really good comedy show there on Thursday night. Free parking.
Really?
Yeah. Free parking comedy or something like that.
I never heard of it.
Yeah.
Never gone. Well,
Any,
I don't go to your side of town anyway.
yeah.
Fuck
But it's in Palms.
Fuck Culver City or Palms, whatever. I don't even know where the
Culver
fuck
City.
that's at.
Okay. Jesus.
What?
Well,
I've never even heard of a city called Palms.
it's like part of Culver City. It's like a neighborhood.
See?
Yeah.
I've lived here my whole life.
Right. What are we talking about?
I just don't go over to that side of town. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, well, I would appreciate it if you came out.
Nah.
But anyway, yeah.
What's there? You?
Well, no, this is the sports and. Well, dude, it's kind of a crazy thing. I mean, the sports bar that we watch, the Eagles, whatever, is an Eagles bar and a Patriots bar at the same time.
Yeah.
That's gonna be pretty fucking crazy. That's
Yeah.
a fight. That's just gonna be like 8 fights.
Yeah.
Easily.
So
I'm going to set the over-under at 9.
That's why I'm
I'll
not.
take the
That's
over.
why I'm probably not gonna go.
Dude, there's going to be fights.
This would be too much.
Because, like, if the Eagles lose, and then, like, you have the dumbest cities representing the Super Bowl.
You both have the
dumbest-
shittiest fans.
We have the shittiest people in the country in the
Yeah.
Super Bowl. It's like
Phil.
just the ugliest women's Super Bowl. That's what this should be called. Super Bowl 52, the ugly woman's Super
The
Bowl.
ugly women in U.S.
Yeah.
history.
Dude, you get the hottest chick from Boston. And, like, let's just get the hottest chick from Boston. Like, and then you put the hottest chick from Philly. And but then you put them behind a wall so you can't see them and just have them talk. And you'll just be like, there's no way they're fucking hot. No fucking way are those chicks hot.
Yeah,
and they'll come around the corner and they're pretty fucking cute. But you'll be like, whoa, your voices are terrible.
Those two accents are pretty hard to fucking.
Oh, did you ever fuck a girl from the Northeast? I said, well, hey, I'm just going to keep it real.
Well, let's be. Go ahead and ask me.
Dude, the worst
You don't have to shut it
accents-
down, but it's.
Seriously,
but no, that's the answer.
if we had to do a top 10 of the worst accents in the country,
I would never be attracted
top-
to anybody with that Boston accent, man. I can't fucking do it.
like the funniest accent is the Chicago accent.
I don't even know if I've heard anything like
Like
that.
a car. A car.
Oh,
car.
Oh, yeah.
Car.
Okay, yeah, the Chicago accent. Yeah, I like
Bark.
that.
Bark. Car. It's like, it hurts my head when I say it.
Why?
So, like,
sounds like what you're supposed to say.
no. Like, you're.
I'm thinking of.
We should YouTube like a hard Chicago accent.
All I can think about is this. The Bears.
Yeah, the Bears.
Yeah.
The Bears.
The
Everything's
Bears.
hard. Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Bears.
Okay.
The Bears.
Yeah.
Car.
I see what you mean.
Yeah. And then in this is Boston. It's like ka. It's like all like they're saying it like a dick. Ka.
Yeah.
Ka.
Get in a car.
Yeah, getting the cat. Like the worst people. Seriously, the worst people come from those two cities. Like the white trash of the white trash
Yeah.
come from Boston.
Yeah.
Why does Jay Hollingsworth love fucking Boston so much?
That's where he's from. He's Irish.
He's from Portland.
That's right.
Yeah.
But he's Irish, so I guess I don't know. That's where his family's from. or
But
some
he
shit.
loves Boston. Like he's a Boston Celtics fan and a Pats fan. But I mean, I don't. I
Well, the
never asked
Celtics
him.
thing
I
makes
want to
sense.
ask him. I know he told me why. I think he did comedy in Boston, and he fell in love with the city. Maybe. I think it's like that. I don't know. It's whatever. It doesn't matter. I mean, it suits him.
Yeah.
But
well,
Boston is. I've never been. I want to go so bad because I want to see the history of the city. I would appreciate it. I want to go to Fenway.
Motherfucker.
But like, I heard it's kind of like a lot of just pubs and stuff. What are you doing?
I'm trying to play this sketch, but this fucking bullshit thing won't let me.
Bears
won't let me mute this. Yeah, it's all right. Go ahead.
Okay. Were you playing it?
Yeah. No. Go ahead. There's a fucking ad, and it won't let me mute the ad.
I was gonna say. Hold on. Wait a minute.
I'm listening to you. Oh, you're smoking, taking some more. I'm getting a fucking contact high here.
Are you really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's making me cough.
Cool.
I don't really smoke weed.
Well, I gotta fucking stay up all night.
Well, this is helping. Does that really help you?
Sativa will,
I hear that, but
Welcome to another edition of Bill Swirsky's Super
That's
Fan.
a Chicago
I'm
accent.
Bob Swirsky, sitting
Bob.
here with my brother Bill.
My
who's
brother
still recovering
Bill.
from that dreadful heart attack. With me
Heart
as always
attack.
are the super fans, Pat Arnold,
Fans.
Bob, Carl Willarski,
This is Ken Garr.
Hey,
Ken
Bob,
Garr can do
and
this.
Yeah,
Pat
yeah.
O'Connor. How are you, Bob? Real good. Real good. Once again, we're coming to you from Dicka's Restaurant in the heart of Chicago, the city of the big shoulders. Home to a certain team.
City of the big
which
shoulders?
Come January, will run roughshod over the competition in Super Bowl 26. A team that is known as the Bears. The Bears.
Is that Farley?
yeah. You never seen this before?
Why are we so blessed?
Well, we'll get to that later, Tom. First off, we're getting ready to enjoy today's basketball game, folks, in which the Detroit Pistons are going to run into a certain team from a certain town known for its
Bulls.
Polish sausage
Yeah.
and soon to be known as the home of the Bulls.
The
Bulls.
And then Michael
Look
Jordan.
out, dude! One of the most. Chris Farley, one of the most naturally funny people to ever live.
Yeah, totally. He's the most agile fat dude too.
Oh my god, dude! He my girlfriend hasn't seen Tommy Boy.
What?
I know it's like a sin.
That's the best one.
Seriously, baby, if you're watching,
Why haven't you made her watch it?
I'm going to. I want that. That's seriously one of the funniest movies.
That
dude.
one.
That movie's
dude,
so good.
You know what? Chris Farley's all of his best roles are small roles in other people's movies. Like
no, Tommy Boy's great.
Tommy Boy is great, but my favorites. Like, have you ever seen Dirty Work? Norm Macdonald's movie?
No.
Dude, this is one of my favorite fucking movies. It's called Dirty Work, and it's Norm Macdonald and Artie Lang, and they play brothers, and
Artie Lang and Norm Macdonald.
Yeah.
When is this? When
mid '90s.
No shit.
Yeah, and
it's
it was
funny?
and it's directed by Bob Saget.
What?
And it's fucking hilarious. It's a
Did
great
it make the
movie.
theaters?
And yeah, but it tanked. It's like
why then? If it was good,
It's amazing. It's an amazing. It's just people didn't get it. I think it was ahead of its time. It's like one of those movies. And it's very like dry.
do you have it?
I don't have it, but I'll look up a scene. Like I'll look up.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up a scene
I'll
right
look
now.
up a scene for
Make
you.
me laugh. Look up.
It's fucking. I'll look at. Oh no, here. I'll look up Chris Farley scenes in that movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, just make me laugh. I want to see this.
Well, hold on. You gotta give me a second. Grab me a beer, and I'll bring it up right now. But yeah, it was like a super. It was. It fucking tanked in the '90s, or it tanked in the movie theater, and then, they released it on video, and it just ended up being like this cult classic.
No shit.
But it's just super dry humor, like Norm Macdonald humor. I mean, are you a fan of Norm? Like,
I love Norm Macdonald.
his style of comedy and shit.
I love.
It's
He's seriously one of the funniest guys.
very much like that. Like a lot of,
Dude,
and it's because it's written by him.
Drag and drop.
I fucking Will Ferrell ad. But here, this is Chris Farley's.
Hey, Mitch!
Jimmy, your new nose looks great.
Thanks. Best $200 I ever spent.
Hey, Jimmy, that girl you're with, she's not the,
Yep. Lynn Young, the Saigon whore who bit my nose off. We're getting hitched.
Oh.
Jimmy, let's go.
Hold on, I'm talking to my friend here. Jeez. Sometimes you gotta remind the hen who the rooster is.
Well, good luck to you, Jimmy.
Okay, Mitch. See you around. Blah, 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 blah.
When I say let's go, you go.
Yeah? Time you shut your cake hole, Yoko. Women. Listen, don't ever talk back to me like that.
You're making me really, really angry.
Oh, that scares me. That scares me to death. Oh, you bit my new nose off.
I can't believe you never even heard of this movie.
No. Oh my god.
It's
Dude,
so funny, dude.
that's really good.
The Saigon
Holy
horror bit my
shit.
nose off.
That's hilarious.
And when they, oh man, I want to try and find the scene where, dead hookers. Saigon. Is it this one? Fuck. Chris Farley, dirty work. Let's just see this one here.
Well, Mitch, looks like we got ourselves a fight, huh?
Great, it's fighting time. Can I be on their side?
Looks like there's gonna be a brawl. You playing something good?
Hell yeah! Rolling Stones, street fighting, man. G7!
You just hit G8.
If you like pina coladas.
It's like, it's out of context. Even they're still funny, even out of context. But that movie is just so fucking hilarious, dude.
I gotta check out the whole thing, man. I had no idea about that movie ever.
Yeah, most people don't. It was like, and it's pretty much about like pranking people. It's called Dirty Work. They were so good at getting back at people for like, because they were dorks growing up, and so the story is like they start a business where you hire them to get back at people, and they'll
What?
So they'll like, so they prank. They pretty much like if you need like people evicted or something, like a building. They want this building torn down, but they need everybody to move out.
Okay.
So they go into the building and they put fish in all the walls.
What the fuck?
So they say that they need to evacuate it,
fish in the walls?
and they dress up as exterminators.
Yeah.
And they go in and then put holes in the walls and then put fish in it.
Hold on, I'm gonna put on a speakerphone. Is that cool?
Oh my god.
Hey, boo.
Put her in the mic.
I'm good. I'm doing Ryan D's podcast.
Hey, babe.
Say hi to. You're on the podcast. Say hi to everybody.
Oh goodness. Hi.
Yeah. All right.
I'll call you later.
Okay. Are you driving? Are you okay?
Yeah.
This is the most unentertaining conversation ever.
All right. Well, all right. Love you, boo. Can't wait to give you that.
You too.
Can't wait to give you that, dude.
You're a fucking dork. Anyway, we were talking. You know what we were talking about, which I thought was like a good podcast conversation.
I shouldn't say that stuff.
Why not? Who cares? That's your significant other.
I just want to
You
be funny.
Should be able to say that shit.
I just want to be funny. That wasn't cool.
You should be able to fucking
whatever. Who cares?
just be like,
She knows I love her.
But you ain't even gonna wash your mouth.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't even know what I'm doing. Anyway, we talked the other day, yesterday. You're like the only guy that I have you're the only person I talk to on the phone. Really?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
because you always call me, and we end up having these long ass conversations. But it's
Yeah.
mostly because you're just stoned. But it's actually quite entertaining.
Yeah. What did we talk about last time?
I don't know. We were talking about comedy, and then you were like,
Well, we talked about each other's strengths and weaknesses.
yeah, that's what it was.
That's what we were evaluating each other.
Right.
That was interesting.
Right.
You suck at this, and you're okay at this, and then but this is my opinion. But what the fuck do I know?
So what have you been doing? Are you like, you don't market yourself good enough? That's one of your fucking weaknesses too.
Probably. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where
You
to
don't
go.
reach out enough either. You should
Yeah,
really-
I don't. I'm going to start doing that. Like, I'm just starting to realize that's what you gotta kind of have to do.
Just gotta put your dick on the table.
Yeah. Like I think I spent the first 4.5, 5 years of my comedy career. Wow, this is like talking to a psychiatrist, but I think I spent the first 5 years of my comedy career just trying to get to a point where I felt like the the really good ones could see me and be like, yeah, you're one of us. Like, you're not really one of the good ones of us. You're not one of the good ones. Listen, I'm not done yet. You're not one of the good ones of us, but you are one of us.
Right.
Because, like, there's a lot of pretenders. And I never wanted to reach out to comedy clubs because I really felt like I would embarrass myself, and then they would never. I honestly had it in the back of my head that if I reached out to a comedy club or whatever, they booked me, gave me a shot, and I just failed miserably, they would never, ever, ever book me again. And then it would be a circle. So my whole philosophy is just, I want to be good enough to where it's like, this dude is one of us. He needs to be developed.
Yeah.
You know, let's pay him shit. I'll do bullshit bars in Nebraska, you know, like, shout out to Aubrey Sweeney.
Shout out Aubrey Sweeney.
You know Aubrey Sweeney?
I do, actually.
She's a beautiful soul. Seriously. She's in Nebraska doing shows, man. But let's not get sidetracked. But Aubrey Sweeney, shout out to you. Hope you are well. But anyway. No, man. So now I'm like at the point where I want to be seen by respected comics. Like, you know, I'm ready to go, man. Like, I'm ready to feature. I'm ready to fucking go on the road and get paid shit and break even coming back and do all that bullshit. Like, I'm ready to reach out. Like, I have tape that I feel like is, I mean, I'm capable of getting good tape. Tape is everything in this business.
That's what I was gonna ask you too. Do you, like, I set up a pretty much a whole week in San Diego for my birthday.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be at Madhouse.
When is your birthday?
March 28th.
Cool.
So I'm gonna be at Madhouse on my birthday.
Okay.
And then Thursday.
When is it again? March what?
28th.
I'm booked that day.
Really?
At the Madhouse.
No shit.
Is it a Wednesday?
Yeah.
I'm there.
Cool.
I got booked.
Sweet.
Yes.
Awesome. We're on the same show.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah. Let's go together.
Okay.
Oh, well, I'm staying the whole weekend, though. You should.
I gotta do Uber.
I'm gonna be
I can go
Uber
down
out there.
I can do that
because we're gonna. Well,
we'll
you can stay with.
Vacation.
You can.
We'll
That's
vacation.
That's what I was gonna do. Plus, I'm doing the Palace Friday and Saturday.
Is Zach running that?
Yeah.
I'll ask him.
Well,
yes.
It's Tony's on that show.
Tony Alfano.
Yeah.
So we'll hang out.
So we'll see what's up.
Blazed the fuck up.
But it's my birthday weekend, so we'll be.
Oh, we're gonna get. We're getting strippers, dude. Let's go to Tijuana, dude. I want to get like. God, I want to go to Tijuana, dude.
We can't go to Tijuana because
I gotta get a passport.
You'll be the only one that gets brought back.
No, I'm gonna get a passport to go to Tijuana. Like my girlfriend wants me to get my passport, and I want to get my passport so I can go over to Tijuana.
Just to go to strip clubs. I want to go for the deals.
I want to, dude. Those chicks, dude. I want to experience that. You know what I'm saying?
Experience what?
Not prostitutes.
Well, that's basically what you go to TJ for.
But they get more crazy over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they're basically prostitutes.
They are prostitutes.
They are.
But I'm just saying. I'm just kidding. I don't even want to go over there. Just kidding.
Who's this? I locked myself in the bathroom in Long Beach. SOS. I think you need to call somebody there, dude.
Dude,
I don't know.
What the fuck? That's not good.
I don't know what that means.
Is that a real thing?
I don't know. What if he dies now?
Dude, come on.
Are you going to feel guilty?
Ugh. Well, I'm not.
Well, he obviously has cell service because he's on Facebook.
That's like horror movie shit, dude. This is like present time, but this is horror movies are gonna be made around Facebook and MySpace. Like fucking, didn't they already do that?
Yeah,
didn't they
it's
make
fucking
a horror
horrible.
Was it bad?
It was a horror movie because it's awful.
Okay, well, you look like the kind of guy that like appreciates a good horror movie.
I love horror movies.
Yeah, exactly. So, don't you feel like? So you're almost.
They've tried it so many.
You're 27, right?
They've tried it so. Yeah, I'm turning 28.
You're turning 28. So, you'll be 30 in a couple of years. Then you'll be looking at the next generation. The next generation, dude, is gonna be like their basis of every fucking thing is gonna be MySpace, right? MySpace.
They've already done. Where the fuck have you been for over the past 15 years? I've been trying to do this movie
with the social networking.
Yes, and they all flop all the time.
Because horror movies are hard to make good. Because why are horror movies usually shitty?
Mostly because they
do the same thing over and over
They
again.
rely. The major studios. Here's why. I can tell you exactly why. Major studios they put all this money in, and it's a shitty script that they just want to crank out to make teenagers buy tickets for easy jump scares. The really good.
I've seen that documentary. I've seen that. Isn't there like a rhythm for the jump scare tactics?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. There's a documentary on that?
Well, yeah, like on.
No, I figured this out myself because that's why. Because the indie horror movies, the ones that like Blumhouse put out, and like this. There's another one. Fucking like Twisted Pictures is another one.
So jump scare horror movies are cheap tricks.
It's a cheap trick, yeah. But like the best. Think about this: the best horror movies are the ones that go home with you.
Yes, absolutely.
Because then you think about it.
And when I was a kid, the ones. Well, the first horror movie that gave me nightmares for years was Halloween. I'm not fucking around.
Really?
I was 8 years old.
I mean, it's kind of oversaturated now because of. Yeah. But I mean, that movie was horrifying the first time you saw it. Yeah, for sure.
I was 8, and
I saw it when I was 12.
Dude, I couldn't sleep with the door completely shut. Michael Myers was gonna come in and kill me any day.
Hell yeah!
It was so scary.
I watched The Exorcist when I was about 9. And
I remember those times, dude, of being scared of the dark, and
I had nightmares. No, actually, I just
go
saw,
back to that.
Go
back to that feeling.
I didn't even watch the whole fucking thing. My dad was watching it, so I just watched a part, and I was like, "Nope, I'm out." Because I used to get real bad nightmares when I was a kid.
Me, dude. I used to get nightmares, and also just being scared of the dark.
Yeah.
Like, just frightened.
Yeah.
Frightened.
Because everything gets you when it's dark.
Well, yeah, like hearing shit under my bed.
Yeah.
I know it was me, whatever. I don't know. In the closet, the closet could not be open.
Right.
It had to be shut like the fucking monster.
Until you
can't
thought,
open it up.
Until you thought you heard it open in the middle of the night.
No, I didn't hear that. I would eventually go to sleep, but dude, I was terrified night after night for fucking years.
But it's what's funny about that?
Terrible.
Yeah, what's funny about it is
why? Was it sugar?
I don't know.
Sorry, go ahead.
What's funny about that though is I was the same way. I was a really fraidy cat kid, and then like once I started watching horror movies and like gaining an appreciation for it, like it's weird. It's kind of like I never. Like, I still get freaked out by movies and stuff, but, like, I don't really have the nightmares anymore because I just see it as art, you know? Like, I don't really see it as... Yeah. If that makes any sense. Like,
well, well, you're grown up. That's what that is.
Yeah, well, that's obviously. So, like, when... Yeah. But I also have, like, a strong appreciation for, like, a good fucking plot twist.
That's what I like. Well, I like being scared, but I also... that's why I still like
those Conjuring movies are pretty fucking good.
I think I've seen the first one.
The first one was, I said it when I saw that movie. I was like, that's probably the best horror movie I've seen in like the past 8 years.
Best horror movie of all time? Scream. Drop the mic. Boom.
No,
I'll see you later, buddy.
Come on, I'll fight you about this.
Dude, I swear. Well, I'm just kidding, kind of, but Scream.
It's great.
Seriously,
Wes Craven
was awesome.
It's a great movie.
Because it was like, dude, it wasn't even supposed to be serious. And it turned out to be good. Like, it was... the ultimate 90s movie, first off.
Oh, look at somebody actually sees that's a fucking great movie too. Red State by Kevin Smith. That's Danny DeRazzo just asked us about that on the Facebook feed, and that's a great movie. Have you ever seen that one?
I keep hearing about it.
It's basically a low budget Kevin Smith movie with it was when he was like in this battle with the Westboro Baptist Church. They were picketing his movie openings and shit like that. So he wrote this movie as like a response, and it was it was basically if the Westboro Baptist Church were to like stock up on guns, and then would murder people for like kind of sacrifice people. They lure these kids into their church, thinking they're gonna get like laid or something, and then they end up kidnapping them and like treating them like dogs and shit. And then so the FBI gets involved because they've been doing this for a long time, and they're all basically like crazy people in a cult, which is kind of what the fucking Westboro Baptist Church is, because they're all like families and stuff, right? And then actually it's based on a true story, which actually happened with this other church in like Texas, where they had a shootout with the FBI, shooting back and forth because they were actually kidnapping people.
Wait. What the fuck? Wait, go back a little bit. So, tell me about this. What was going on with people kidnapping people?
This crazy church in like Texas or something.
When? What time?
I think
This is a
I
true
think
story.
I think like the early 90s.
This is a true story.
Yeah, they were like kidnapping people and holding people against their will and shit like that. And so they
But how are they kidnapping people?
They had their own compound.
So how are they kidnapping people?
I don't know. They were luring them in somehow.
Paint me a picture.
I don't know how they were doing it.
They
In the
were,
movie,
like,
and
sneaking into their fucking
I don't know what
beds?
I don't know what they were doing. I don't know what the real people were doing. In the movie,
God, that's so terrifying, though.
In the movie,
That shit can really happen.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Well, there's like a mini series that's coming out about it. That it's on the Paramount Network. Is a new fucking, and I really want to watch it. It's about that whole thing that happened, and there was like a hostage situation, so the FBI got involved, but they're at a church, and it's like their own compound. It's basically like it's their property. They can't fucking do anything, right? So they have a shootout because the FBI's involved and they have hostages. And this fucking church had stocked up in ammunition.
Well, it was like,
and that happened for real. But that's what Red State's based on.
But also, I know it probably isn't related, but maybe it is a little bit. The Waco, Texas thing.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought they were like kidnapping people or some shit. Isn't that what happened?
Well, no. Well, that was like, okay, so it was like a cult, right? It was a Branch Davidian.
Right, but they were holding people against their will. So it was almost like a
It was, I don't know about that.
I thought that's what the deal was, and they wouldn't let people leave, and so it kind of became like a hostage situation. But they also, and then they had like a gunfight with like the fucking
okay,
with the
yeah.
feds.
No. Okay, so the issue became.
I'm not entirely sure. You could be right. I don't really know. I was just fucking.
Well, I remember it being a big deal when I was like 12 and going to watch it in homeroom.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, and like, then finally when the thing caught on fire or whatever, the problem was, I think it was like there was a conflict and then a couple of feds died or whatever, and then it was a standoff basically.
Yeah.
And then that's when the hostage situation became, because they needed the people as bargaining chips, I guess,
Yeah.
right? You know, like, well, we can't give up the people; they're gonna come in and kill us.
Yeah.
So they have all these, so that's where the hostage situation.
Yeah, but they all started picking up.
And if
guns
I'm
shooting.
wrong, if anybody is listening.
But what happened? That's what I'm saying. But the rest of the people in the church started picking up guns and shooting at the fucking feds, though.
Well, then no. So the plot twist.
Maybe I'm just thinking of the movie.
Well, no. Well, the plot twist of everything is basically, the fucking feds like trying to bulldoze their way in, but the whole place just goes ablaze because, like, I think a fucking gas line caught on fire or something like that.
Somebody probably
place
tripped
went
it.
up like that, and then this guy David Koresh, who had like 3 or 4 wives and like
Right. So
he like had 6 kids. I don't know what the fuck, dude. He was like some Jesus dude. I'm like starting to go back to like believing in God again.
That's all right.
Do you have these cycles?
No.
Are you an atheist?
I guess.
Isn't it cool to believe in God, though? I'm trying to work out this joke. Let me run this by you. Wait,
hold on. We got to back up. We got one thing at a time.
Oh, come
so,
on.
You really jumped to a whole other thing. Okay, but this
I'm having a good time.
I know.
always have a
We'll
good
get
time
back to
with
this.
you, buddy.
We'll get back to this. But what you were talking about though, like that whole situation, that shit was crazy. They're doing this there's a mini series on this new Paramount network that's called Waco. Actually,
That's the David Koresh situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I pretty much explained everything, and
right.
then
But that's
everything.
What I'm saying, that's what Red State is based off of. But also Kevin Smith's response to.
I will definitely check out Red
it's
State.
a fucking great movie.
I'm always down for a great movie, man. I want to see
horror
it.
movies. Oh, that's what we were talking about too. Horror movies. There's a lot of like really good small time studios give these new writers a chance, pretty much. Like they'll buy out like Paranormal Activity. Like that dude did that. He did that movie with like $4,000.
Yeah,
and
that movie was pretty cool.
Yeah,
that movie was awesome.
That
scared me. That scared me.
Scared the shit out of
dude.
everyone.
You know what the cool part of that movie was? Like with that part when she was standing over top of him.
Yeah,
that was creepy as fuck. And then like there was one other creepy part, like oh god, there was some creepy shit. Like that's scary. Like that's why Halloween.
Yeah, the Ouija board catches on fire while no one's home. There was that, and then it was like shit would just move.
God, do you think that shit like that really happens?
It gives me chills thinking about it.
Do you think it really happens?
I don't know. That's see. This is okay. So we're now getting
Magic.
getting into this whole religion thing. This is what I think. Well, this is like
that would be crazy if it really did.
I get confused. I confuse people because like there's a part of me that wants to believe like in this like supernatural shit. You know, I'm always into like, you know, ghost stories, and we had like Ghost Hunters on DVD. Me and my brothers were like totally into it. We watched it all the time. And we love it, you know. And Vicky was in a paranormal group for a little while that were like investigating shit, and we still know a friend that still does it, and he catches some pretty interesting stuff or whatever. And I want to believe that stuff, right? I'm still a skeptic because nothing really crazy has ever happened to me or whatever, right? But I don't believe in God. So, like, that makes no sense, right?
Yeah.
Or does it make sense? I don't know.
I don't know.
And I don't. You know what's funny to me is like if
That's weird.
If I do, and if I do believe in a God, and if I wanted to put any time and effort into anything, it would be more like pagan situation, because that's kind of what Satanism is based off of.
Yeah. There's like it's more like that's more.
But Satanism
that's more
is only
nature based, right? Like that's,
yeah, and
isn't that what it's about?
Yeah,
the Satanism.
It's
stuff?
more, and it's all about like self
for self stuff.
Yeah, so like, you know, you believe in yourself more than than anything else, and you sell yourself and in life, you know, and all that shit, and like, you know, and the nature and
you get another one?
Sure. Okay. And that the reason why Satanism exists is because the Catholics put that stigma on pagans.
Yeah.
So
yes, that's true.
That's, I mean, you know, if that's the kind of shit that they're like, that's bad. That's the bad guy. You know, that's the bad
it's so
god.
Funny.
Right?
It's like it's like my flying squirrel in the sky is better than yours. You can't have it.
Right.
Like,
and so I guess what I'm saying is I suppose I could believe in a god, but it would be
I wouldn't even go that far though. Like I don't think I'd ever do that. Never ever.
What do you mean?
Like have any kind of sect. I always just go for my like gut reaction.
Yeah, and it's fine. And I don't have a problem with church and shit like that. Like if it works for you, like go ahead and do it. You know?
I can't do that.
I'm sure the older you get or something like that, like maybe you'll find something that'll work.
Hell no.
Sometimes it works for people. Sometimes they go
church.
To yeah, because they meet people who are, and there's so many different churches and different.
Dude, I'll go. I'll rather be like at the old man basketball league. I'll meet the fellas there. Where do you fellas want to get a Miller Lite at?
I'm not saying like
I don't want to go to church, man.
It's not for me for sure. Like
I actually, dude, I went to church. I started reading the Bible every day when I was like probably.
Dude, I went to. This was news to Vicky. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah,
but my whole childhood I was at church. I went to catechism. I was volunteering. I was even teaching classes. And then when I was doing that, I was like, I'm lying to everybody. I'm lying to these kids. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. Like I had to go through that too. Like I started reading the Bible when I was 17 because I thought the Bible would have these like really crazy answers. Yeah, and then I read it and I was like, oh shit,
It's a fucking great novel.
You read it and you go, no, you end up going, this motherfucker don't know either.
Yeah,
no. Like,
I love the early stories though. The Old Testament.
I was interested in reading because, dude, I dropped out of high school and I didn't really have much of an education. I didn't know much about history and all that. So, like, I just kind of believed a lot of the shit that the Bible said. Like it was real. And then when you grow up, I went to college, you get an education. My religion dropped completely when I started getting educated in college at Stockton. And I started reading about how, there was other people getting, crucified, and there were other people saying that they were the Messiah and all that kind of stuff. Like it was not just him. He was just the one that
he was crucified with like 4 other people.
Well, no, it's not that. That's how they really did just crucify people.
I know.
But there was people saying that they were the Messiah too, and his story is the same as a lot of other religions, and you just kind of put the pieces together. And here's what I would do, dude. I've had some bitter arguments. I remember one time was on Facebook with this guy that I went to school with at college. He was a basketball player. I'm not gonna name his name, but he's a nice guy, but he's very religious. He loves God, he's a Christian or whatever, and he just talking about God, he was mentioning something about Jesus. I questioned him on something like Noah's Ark or something. It was just it was Noah's Ark or just something.
Did he say there was dinosaurs on it?
Something along those lines. It was just something like I was trying to just reason, like hey man, like this and that, and then it came down to I said something about, well, do you believe that the Bible is like is like a real science book, something like that?
Sure.
And he said, yeah, actually I do. And then he literally like stopped really. We used to like each other's stuff and stuff like that. He literally stopped talking to me and corresponding with me, like whatever. We weren't really like friends.
Well, those people are fucking retarded. That's.
But those people exist,
I know.
dude. There was a poll. Listen.
Oh shit.
I'm fucking retard, man! Am I fucking retard? Oh! I know this.
Sorry.
Apropos there, but God damn it! What was I gonna say?
He's not retarded. He's just ill-informed. Your friend, you said he stopped talking to you because you kind of questioned that the Bible wasn't really real.
Yeah, and no, but listen, man, like this is important to talk about. Think about this. 25. It's like 25% of the country. Thinks that God put Donald Trump in office.
Right.
That's a real thing. 1 in 4 people. So the next person that walks through this door, statistically, thinks that God put Donald Trump in fucking office, bro. This is our country, man. And I know that we're in Los Angeles.
That's what I'm saying. Where's the study from? Like if they went to one fucking.
It was like
town.
I saw it on CNN or something. It was a legit.
Yeah, and CNN really likes to fucking.
Dude, do you think that poll's not real?
No, for sure. But depending on where they did it, it's not like
overall country, 25%.
Right? But do they call me?
That's a real thing.
Well, I wasn't a part of this study.
Come on, man. You know that.
Right, I'm saying 25% of the people they talk to.
That's how polls work, you jackass.
Right, but where do they talk to these people? That's what I'm saying.
They take them from all over the country.
Okay, fine.
That's how they say the country.
Yeah, right.
So
like one person from each state?
If they were to say like 25% of the people in Alabama think that, that they wouldn't be that shocking.
That'd be 100%.
Right. This is overall in the country.
Right.
25% of them.
Okay, all right.
So talk about that. 25. Do you believe the statistic?
I think it's no, for sure.
Is it reasonable? Sounds reasonable.
It's pretty high.
You think it's high?
Yeah.
I don't. I think it's on the money. I think it's on the money.
If you said like,
have you been to a lot of the country? No. See, that bothers me, man. People need, here's. I'm not gonna get on my high horse, but I'm gonna say something, man. People need to fucking listen up, okay?
No.
People, shut up. Seriously, let me fucking talk. So,
take it easy.
People need to get out and see how, like, Jerry, drive across the country one time in your life.
No, you don't.
It's not fun. It's fun if
It's not fun. You just said it. You did it one time. Have you done it again?
I will never do it again.
Exactly. Why the
but it was memorable. It was very memorable.
I'm never gonna drive to Philly. What the fuck is there?
That's understandable. All right, look. Just go, like, just
look. You came to the best state in this country.
Okay, look. I will give my example. Okay, I drove across the country. I've been to a lot of the country. All right, and the one thing I will take away from overall, the country is pretty unattractive and stupid.
Yeah.
Overall,
right.
That's what my assessment of the country is.
So why would I want to drive through any of these other fucking cities?
Because people have listen, Ryan, listen. People have, like what you just said. You haven't been outside of the city. You haven't, whatever, experienced all that. Seen how dumb people really are.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know.
And that's
I get.
So
it throws me off sometimes. How fucking retarded people are.
When you say when I say, hey, I just saw this poll, and I really did. It was like on CNN or MSNBC, whatever. I don't know.
I'm just playing the devil's advocate. You're probably. I mean, I know you are what the study says, but that's what I'm saying.
But I'm not surprised that, like, if somebody hasn't really left LA, saying like hearing 25% of the country thinks that God put Trump in office that sounds a little high. But dude, if you really do travel across the country and see how dumb people are, man, you would be like, wow, maybe that number is a little on the lower side.
Right.
So it's people are really stupid out there. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
So
shout out to our listeners in Alabama.
Dude, I'm just being honest. Like, I think it's getting better. I heard Joe Rogan saying that, like, you know, the dumb people are kind of going away because of the internet. That's great. I want that. Yeah. I want to have a conversation. I want to have a conversation with somebody in Alabama about reasonable shit. Like, even if you're a conservative, I love talking to conservatives, man. They have reasonable points. If you're reasonable, like, I believe in the principles of conservatism. I believe in if you are spiritual and having your religion and your freedom of religion and then your right to bear arms. We could debate that, but
that'll be a whole different.
And then
podcast.
Your right to your money, we could debate that also.
I don't know. Do you want to talk about that at all? What do you think? How do you feel about the whole gun control thing?
Oh God, that's a curve.
Well, I mean,
that's a tough question. Here's something I actually thought in one time in my life. You want to ask me the truth? Am I talking too loud?
No, it's cool.
Here's one thing I would say that at one time in my life, I remember it was after the Denver shooting in the theater. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
How horrible was that, right? That could have
been the one at the Batman.
Yeah, exactly. So that could have been anybody. I heard some guy fucking jumped in front of his girlfriend to protect her. That's what I would do for my girlfriend. If you're listening, you know I would do that for you. And but seriously, that's horrible. And I thought to myself, you know what, man? What if everybody had a gun? That would never happen. And then look, that will spark debate. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, that's a common argument.
And then you can come at with me, but like you are the dumbest mother. I get it, and you can come at me with that.
I'm not trying to argue. I just want to know what you think.
Ryan, if I go outside and I know everybody has a gun, I have a gun. I am like on my P's and Q's, man. I don't want to fuck with anyone, dude. I don't want to rob anybody. I don't want to fuck with anybody. But I'll tell you this, man. If I see something going down, I get to jump into action, bro.
Right. You get to kill somebody. Right.
How cool is that? And then if it's an accident, it's like, God damn it, we did it again. This is like the second time this week, man. We really got to give us a heads up.
It's coming right for us.
Yo, man, shit. Dude, that's your dog? Fuck, dude. He was getting so close.
Yeah, I mean, and therein lies the problem. I don't think there's any right way to solve it. It's just kind of a thing.
No, there is a right way. Take away everybody's fucking guns. Here's the problem. Here's the fucking.
Now you're playing both sides.
Ryan, did you not hear what I said?
I know. I'm just fucking with you.
I know, but listen, man. Look,
I'm listening. I have you in my headphones.
Okay, so Ryan, there was a shooting, right? I'm sure you're aware. In 1996. In Australia.
Right. I know this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know this because of Jim Jeffries.
You're a smart guy. Yeah, and I'm not even going off of what Jim Jeffries said, but this is I know this myself. You know, it's a massacre or whatever. This guy killed 90-something people, 93 souls or whatever the fuck, man. People that 93, and then so
that's a lot of people.
A lot of fucking people, man. And then so
it was 50-something in Vegas or something.
Yeah. Right. So okay. So they get rid of the guns in Australia, and I wish I knew the details on how that went down. I'm sure there was pushback. I'm sure, whatever. But they got rid of the guns. They did it. And then everything's drastically, dude. I saw a documentary on I don't know if it was in Manchester on going on a police ride in Manchester.
Yeah.
Motherfuck, they don't have guns. It's crazy.
That's fucking horrifying.
Dude, they don't have to really worry because nobody really has guns. They just have to worry about getting hit and fucking clubbed. You know, people they got to worry about baseball bats and shit. Yeah. They have to worry about shit, but nobody's going to really die.
I wonder how they really...
The worst thing that's going to happen, Ryan, is somebody's going to get hit with a baseball bat.
People can die.
But come on, man. You know,
I feel like it's more honorable to choke someone.
Here's the problem. We have a lot of dumb people in this country.
Yeah, and we have a lot of guns.
I think it's all going to come back to
we have a lot of guns.
and we have a lot of guns. Dude, so what?
What?
Now, give me your fucking opinion.
I mean,
I would love to
don't
hear
throw
yours.
this on me, bro.
I'm just saying.
I just wanted you to fucking get under the bus.
I'm because like then you talk to Joe Rogan, who is a gun lover, and he hunts, and I can't. How do you say no to that?
I don't know.
Like he really, I
think
actually respect his hunting thing. Like I maybe hope one day I can maybe even try to experiment with that. Like if I can have the luxury of having the time to go hunt my food, I would.
Yeah, totally.
Probably.
But he doesn't even use guns.
Joe Rogan, you know, him saying about what the fuck? What are we talking about? Damn it.
Gun control?
Guns, yeah. He how do you say, like, with his angle, like, you know, you can't take away somebody's guns that likes to go hunt.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So I don't know what to do, man.
I don't think, this is what I think. My personal opinion is I don't think we should ban all guns. I think we need to take out the access to people killers. Like, there's a difference. There's a fucking difference for that. You know what I mean? Like, and the reason why this dude, they don't sell. Here's the fucking weird loophole about these automatic weapons is they don't sell them automatic. They're semi-automatic, but they sell you the package to make them automatic. So all you have to do is alter.
I didn't know that.
And that's how those are the laws in Nevada. That's why this dude had automatic weapons.
Oh, interesting.
In Nevada, you can buy a semi-auto and then buy the package to upgrade it. So that's how this dude had all this shit, because he fucking modified his own weapons.
Holy fuck, dude.
Now, you know, why the fuck would you ever need to spray a buffalo with a machine gun?
Yeah, I mean, like that's where the debate can go on forever, man.
Right,
Like,
but that's my point, and I don't care. I mean, yeah, hunters. I know plenty of responsible gun owners, and those are the ones that are like super against this kind of. But the thing is, you don't fucking need that high-powered fucking rifle that's gonna blow through someone else's door and then in somebody else's head and then come out the other side. You know, like you don't need that power for animals.
Yeah. I mean,
for hunting.
Yeah, it's look.
Like the only reason why those guns are made are to kill people. Big masses of people.
Here's the thing. Here's what people will say. People will say, well, you know, the government. This guy's from Delaware. The government is gonna be tyrannical and take my property in Delaware.
Yeah.
You know, and I gotta bear my arms, and if I have to use my AK-47 to do so, I'm gonna do so come hell or high water.
Fuck Mexico!
That's also what he said too.
Yeah, exactly. So you get those fucking guys.
Yeah.
Like no, like Ben Shapiro. You ever heard of him?
Mm-mm.
He's like some right-wing guy who's like very popular and tours the country or whatever. But he's like the new young conservative guy now. The voice of the conservative.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, so whatever. You know, he has his points. But, like, him talking about how if his great-grandparents had arms, they wouldn't be in ashes in Russia because of the pogroms they had, you know, against the Jews back then or whatever. Mm-hmm. Because they took away their guns and their arms or whatever. You know, but dude...
They took away their arms? That's so cool.
No, they took away their guns. Yeah. So, I didn't make it sound that way. They took away their arms, dude. They were like, they took away their guns, and then they just took away their arms.
Did they leave their legs at least?
They took their arms, bro. They took them. Like, to think about
I just keep picturing somebody walking up to them and just pulling your arms off.
They took them, like, against their will. Like, I'm just gonna take them, bro.
Like a Barbie, you know, like when a GI Joe.
Say like you can have my arm. They just came up and took their.
I just keep
fucking
thinking
arm.
like you know like when a GI Joe's arm falls off. Yeah. It's just like comes out of the
Jews
socket.
had it so bad. Why the Jews? Dude, I have an interesting theory about the Jews. You ready?
Okay.
This is not gonna make me any friends.
Like you ain't even gonna wash your mouth.
All right, what?
You want me to say it?
I don't care. You're the one. You're saying it.
Well, my dad's a Jew.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it's a long story. I have adoptive parents.
Yeah. Well, that's okay.
Yeah, but.
That makes sense.
No,
why you're so worrisome all the time.
Okay.
Oh my God! And you complain about everything.
I always say, "Here's the thing."
And you sweat.
Why do people?
And no wonder why you suck at stand up.
No, man, I actually texted my dad a joke. It was around Hanukkah. I said Happy Hanukkah, and I didn't know there's multiple ways to spell Hanukkah, right? So I texted him Happy Hanukkah, and I said I hope this is the right way to spell it. I said some Jews could be real Nazis about the way that's spelled, ironically.
That's good.
And then I thought it was hilarious to send that. But apparently, I was in a group text with little Jewish girls, and
Wait, what?
you know, like it was a family group text that I was in.
Oh,
And I was texting my dad, and it was like a bunch of other people in the family.
Oh,
And then so my dad, he got mad, dude. He got really mad.
well,
Yeah.
you called him a Nazi.
No, it was just
Yeah,
a joke.
I
But
know.
like he really was upset, and like some people don't like that stuff. And I was like,
That's hilarious, though.
I won't joke to him anymore about stuff like that, but I'm not gonna stop saying, jokes that I think are funny.
Well, I told you I didn't know what a Jew was until I started doing stand-up.
You never knew what a Jew was?
like
a Jewish
I
person?
never fucking grew up with Jewish people. Like everybody was Catholic around me.
Wow. Like, what about school?
School, I mean, maybe, but I never knew.
You never read books?
I mean, like, I never knew Jewish kids. I went to fucking Catholic. I hung out at the Catholic church all the time. So,
But like a movie?
yeah, I knew what Jews were, dude. I
Okay,
wasn't
that's
that
what I'm
fucking. I mean, like, I
saying,
never
yeah.
really met one.
Oh, you never met one?
But then, every comic loves to let you fucking know that they're Jewish.
Because they have the angles, bro. You want to make friends with them, man.
I'm Jewish,
Dude,
and
make
my hair is
friends with
curly.
Anybody named Ari, dude. Anybody named Ari in
my
comedy
God.
is going places.
You'll make it.
You'll make it. Just
Because
hang around.
Because his uncle was the
Dude,
the head exec somewhere.
Exactly. You'll get a bit part for life. Just hang around.
Got to learn how to speak Hebrew first.
Exactly. You'll be living in fucking Century City.
We're being so fucked up.
You living in where's that Jew part of L.A.?
Fucking
LA.
off of Mount.
Dude, I can't wait till I get famous and somebody digs this up. Dude, seriously. There's
Oh my
nothing.
God.
Look.
How about what about
like
hold on,
why is it so wrong to make fun of things that we find funny? Like the way they dress when you go through a certain part of LA where they're all the Hasidic Jews with their hair.
Yeah. They look ridiculous.
Yeah, and look, to say that is ignorant, but they kind of.
But they look ridiculous. Come on.
I mean, it's hot as shit outside.
Exactly.
They
That's
look
what
like they smell bad.
Why is that ignorant to say? They look fucking ridiculous.
And they look hot all the time.
I know, dude.
Not
sometimes
hot,
I just want to
sexy.
spread like a Jew's butt cheek.
No, not hot sexy. They look hot temperature. They look always overheated. And my dad told me about the Hasidic Jews and like the difference. Like it's crazy what they believe. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, there's different tiers of everyone.
But what causes one to believe this shit? Like, look,
tradition.
I understand that these motherfuckers own the world, but I'm just saying.
One would say Catholics do.
No, dude, Jews own everything, man.
Well, just because
they own everything. They figured it out. Like they know the system. Like look, and there's nothing wrong with.
I want to look up.
I'm not saying look. And what's wrong with saying that? And it's not.
That's what I was gonna say. Remember when Gary Oldman?
I'm not saying that in a bad way. They passed down from generation how to be good with money, how to invest.
Right.
Like they teach their kids these things. Like an 8-year-old knows more about investing. An 8-year-old Jewish kid knows more about investing his money than I know at 37 because I never learned and I never bothered to fucking find out.
Right.
So like when we say these things,
do you remember when Gary Oldman got
positive thing?
Will you stop fucking talking for a second? Do you remember when Gary Oldman got in trouble for saying that?
All right, what are we doing here?
Nothing. Are you even listening to me? We're doing a podcast.
No, I know. But
did you hear what I said?
Yeah, but with Gary Oldman, what?
He said that Jews run Hollywood, and everybody came after him. He said
well,
that.
Yeah, because you can't say that.
Well, he's right though. What they don't.
I know, but you can't say that. Look what happens when you fucking say it. Like, dude, when
but he's Gary Oldman.
Look, if you want to say something right. And then you want to suffer, and then you should know the consequences of what you're gonna say.
Oh, look it. See, like the demographic here, fucking.
What?
It says religious groups in the U.S. tradition, family, and denomination. So Christian is the biggest, 70%.
No shit, I know.
what is evangelical?
Evangelical.
Protestant. It's 25%. Mainline. Why is there fucking 3 different Protestants?
Yeah,
Catholic and the Catholic is 20%.
They're all weird.
Jewish. There's only 1.9% of people that are Jewish in this country.
Yep.
And they're all in California.
Mostly. Like in New York. Yeah, man.
Whatever. Anyway, you want to hate on the Jews some more or what? What's going on?
I don't hate Jews at all, man. That's what I mean. But can't we just say what's on our minds? Like, I don't think Jewish women are that hot overall. There, I just said it. I mean, like, seriously.
Isn't it weird that it's the only thing that's like a religion and a race, though?
But it's not really a race.
It's not. I mean, well,
it's because, like, well, it isn't. It isn't because, like, you know, they got spread about in Europe, and like then they came together again, and then, you know, it's like an interesting story. It's fucking crazy. Like, I mean, the New Testament is not real history. Like, Moses didn't really exist, you know. Right. Like, when I grew up, I thought...
You mean he didn't part the seas?
But see, like, you can say, like, oh, yeah, well, that didn't happen, but he was a real person. No, he wasn't. Like, there was no proof of him being a real person.
I watched this thing about, like, there was definitely, like, a Jesus-type person.
There's no proof of slaves in Egypt being Jewish slaves and this whole story of them leaving. There's nothing real. No, there's nothing real about that. That's not real.
I thought Jewish slaves built the pyramids.
No.
What?
No, like, well,
you're fucking blowing my mind right now.
Yeah, well, slaves
slaves
helped build the pyramids, but
that's
it wasn't.
What I read in social studies.
But it wasn't like the story of like Jewish slaves and then like
because the rest
like,
were aliens.
Well, they still have debates on how they were built, and they do say that like it's pretty crazy on like the time and like the skill level. Yeah, that's a whole another debate. But here's the thing: like, it's just that shit isn't real. Like they're you know, but are they a race? I guess is the question. Like, is the original? They were spread about, man. It's an interesting story. It's a very interesting story of the
what's
Jewish
the story?
people.
You said that like 5 times, and you
That's a long fucking story, man.
Well,
like, you know, like.
Why the fuck? Okay,
and I'm not an expert on that.
So you still talk to your actual dad, but you were adopted.
Oh God, do we have time for this?
Well, no, because I was like, I didn't know that about you, because so you're actually part Jewish.
I haven't. No, I'm not by blood.
So your dad's just like a religious Jew.
No, he's Jewish. No, he's adopted though, like an adoptive dad. Yeah, he's not real dad.
Well, so this is your adopted dad.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were talking about your biological.
No, my biological dad's a dickhead.
Okay, that's what I thought you were talking about. Okay, that makes sense.
I don't like that guy. He follows me on Instagram.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine just hit me up on Facebook.
I should tell him. I don't fucking like him. I don't fucking like the guy, dude. He's like a sleazy guy, dude. He's like, well, he talks to you like he's trying to sell you something. You know?
Like, well, you do that too.
Yeah, do I? God damn it. See, like, that's why I think here, and I know my girlfriend's gonna get mad at me, but that's why I think I got so much pussy in my life, because I can talk.
Yeah, you're persuasive.
I'm very persuasive. I get what I want.
That's why you got.
But like
when you're producing shows back in the day.
Oh, dude,
I
was a master.
I
was a master.
Yeah, but the common joke behind your back was that, like, doesn't he always sound like he's trying to sell you car insurance?
I know, dude. I tried to fucking be as. I said this a million times, but I tried to be as fucking not sleazy as I could when I was doing that shit.
Well, you weren't. I mean, you were genuine, but you definitely always came at everybody like it was a sales opportunity.
I was trying to get on stage, man, just like everybody else. I was playing a dirty game, and I don't regret it because I had a lot of good shows. But
you did put on some good ones. Grab me another beer. We'll get into this right now. You actually were one of the first guys to give me.
You just finished it.
I
gotta drive.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Pussy.
Go ahead. What was I?
No, you were like the first dude to ever give me like a shot on stage.
That was some fun times, man.
Actually, you were the first person to give me a shot on stage.
Yeah, man. What was that? 2013?
12, I think.
No way.
I think.
No,
13. You're right. 13.
Was it 13?
Yeah, 13.
God damn.
May 2013.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
So I just started.
Me too.
So we just started together.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. So we started together. I thought I was doing it a little while longer than you.
I thought you had too. I thought you started in Philly a little while.
No, I did like 6 open mics.
Oh, well, see, that was way...
So we pretty much started at
You
the same
literally
time.
saw my first open mic ever.
Wow. Holy shit, we pretty much are in the game together, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, what are we at now? Fucking
5 years?
4 or 5 years?
5 years.
You might. Well, you definitely started earlier than me, but I was officially
not
on
that
stage
much.
around like May.
I might have
2013.
like 6 months on you.
Probably.
Who cares? Dude, this shit's like a prison sentence. Like that's how we figure it out. Like somebody's 20 years in, it's like, oh boy, we know what they're doing.
I just wrote something today that I wanted to run by you. I'll do it later though.
I had this new joke. Can I run it by you?
Right now? You want to do it on the podcast?
Please. Am I allowed?
If you want. I don't really want to give you anything on the recording that anybody
Well,
can listen to.
wouldn't it be good to do that? Because then I can have proof that I came up with a joke.
I guess. Well, whatever.
Well, nobody can steal it.
Well, because then if it sucks, then what?
Well, if it sucks, it sucks. Then I'll drop it. I just thought of it. Who gives a shit? All right, so hold on. Okay, tell me what you think of this. But seriously,
yeah,
I've been really. This has been on my mind. So like, you ever like? I'm really sick of people saying like, I've heard this more than in my life. I've heard this more than 1,000 times. You know, my great grandfather, only had $9 when he came to this country 100 years ago.
Right,
dude. $9 100 years ago was like $1,000 now.
Right.
Like you could buy a piece of shit car for $9 back then, right? Like I have $58 in my checking account now. Like that's pretty shitty. Like, but like 100 years from now, my great grandkids aren't gonna be like, man, great granddad, he only had $58 in his checking account, but it was cool because the next day he was getting his direct deposit, and so it wasn't that bad. It really didn't even fuck up his. Oh, this isn't funny.
I was waiting for the punchline, man. It's a good premise.
Yeah, I know. I think I fucked it up.
Okay, this is probably actually like a common fucking thing, but
man, I hate when I think something's funny. Can I say one more thing that I think?
Okay.
Like, one more thing. Okay, so like, you know how like the country's divided, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so like, like the far left and the far right, the country.
Oh, I thought. No, I know what you mean, but I was gonna be like north and south, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like that. That's really not too far off, but the country's divided.
Right.
Okay, so I was like thinking to myself, we could be headed to civil war, right? The liberals and the conservatives. That could happen.
Yeah, but I made a joke actually that.
Let me get it out.
Hold on, wait, because you said that, and I was like, people have been saying this for a while, and I'm like, but I know that we won't because liberals don't know how to use guns.
That joke's been said.
Yeah, I did that.
No, I was gonna say, we don't have guns. Like, what are we gonna use? Yeah. Like, we're gonna whack them with our hashtag Me Too picket signs.
Yeah, I've said that already. I'm sure a lot of people have. It's easy.
You thought of that?
Yeah.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, then definitely other people did.
I said that like when Trump became president.
God,
I was saying that.
Damn it, man.
We're at the verge of civil war and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, but liberals don't know how to use guns.
I'm never going to think of another funny joke ever again. Dude, for anybody that's listening, you don't know what it's like to be a comedian. It's really fucking hard. Like, you think that you're never going to think of another joke.
I don't do it anymore. You can fucking, I don't care.
No, if you fucking thought of it, I don't want it.
Why?
If it didn't work in the first place.
I'm going to use your koala bear thing that you told me yesterday. It's hilarious.
But I want to say that.
Yeah, but you could. I'm going to say it when you're not there. I'm going to say it about myself.
Pretty good, right?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, cool. I like that one too. Okay, good.
You know what I was? Okay, so I was on my way back from getting some beers at the store, and I was walking back, and there was like a homeless dude sitting at the sidewalk.
I'm fucking high. Jesus. Have I been high the whole time?
Yeah.
It's been fun, right? This hasn't been dull.
Can I tell you my story?
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. My bad.
So he's sitting there, and like he looked scary. Like he was sitting on a bucket, and I was like, he's gonna turn around and like yell at me or something because he was like in the middle of the sidewalk.
Where is this?
Right here down the street.
Okay.
And he had like one shoe on, and he had like thrash clothes,
okay.
and it's just like you created this idea in my head, and I'm like, why the fuck do people spend so much money to go like Not Scary Farm when you could just walk down? I'm like,
In
just
East
walk down.
LA.
I was like, walk down the street. I'm like, go to Not Scary fucking Skid Row, and you just. I'm like, and why? And then just give the homeless people the amount of money you're gonna fucking spend at those things, and we just ended homelessness.
That's a brilliant idea.
I'm
That's
like,
a great
and I'm
idea.
like, but think of how terrifying it is when you're walking down Skid Row. The fucking marine layer is fucking is coming by, and you're walking through, and you're like, this guy's standing still. There's another crackhead walking down the street. Like, with
the only
his,
problem is it would defeat itself because then there would be no more homeless people.
right, but that's the end of the part. I switched it, but I'm gonna tell the story like when you walk through Skid Row, I'm gonna kind of paint a picture about like the fog, but as we call it, the marine layer.
Nice.
And then you're like you see a guy walking down the street, he's like a zombie. You almost fucking hit him with your car.
Nice. That's funny.
But whatever, it was a funny thought. I don't know if anybody had thought of that before, but
Well, hold on. Let me see if I got something else. I need to have one winner before I get the fuck out of here. Okay. This is like a fucking Jersey Shore scumbag thing to say.
that's like pretty much everything you say.
No, it's not. Do I really give off that persona? I really hope I don't. Nah. Vicky.
I'm not gonna answer you because I know it drives you crazy.
What?
Just me saying that and then not.
But if it's true, if it's not true, then I
It's
don't
not.
care. If you're just
But
busting my balls.
You do every now and then you'd be like, this chick, I got so much fucking pussy, bro.
But I actually
When
me and my girlfriend do we have a very
it was
healthy
worse.
relationship.
Well, it was worse when you were single. You just be like, you think this chick's hot? She's hot, right? She's hot, right? She's hot, right? You're like, yeah, dude, fuck. What do you want?
I know, right, dude.
Get out of here.
She probably wasn't.
She wasn't.
Dude, I banged so many not hot chicks.
So then there was.
I wish I banged hotter chicks. I'm a good-looking guy. I don't know why I just settled.
See, there you go. There's your Jersey Shore bullshit that just.
No,
came
but
out.
it's true.
And then, the thing was, the ongoing joke was that you
got better pussy.
The ongoing joke was that you needed validation because you were actually gay and you wanted to fuck us.
Oh God. Oh, funny. That's hilarious. Okay, so I had this joke. Okay, so you know how like every guy has they say some guys have their favorite kind of women, me, for instance, some might say that I like Asian women, given my history.
Right.
So, no, but that's like, me. Oh, fuck. I'm too high. I don't want to do it.
All right, we'll wrap it right there.
I don't want to do jokes.
Damn
it.
So
I hope I didn't fuck your podcast up. I had a
You
good time.
fucking ruined it, bro. I don't even want you to come back ever. You're not even allowed back in my house, actually. I'm just kidding. I love you.
Ryan D's the man. Give it up, Ryan. Hell yeah.
So this will be up in a few weeks, but you should give people your info on where they can find you.
Follow me on Instagram at Alberici 23. ALBERICI and the number's 23.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So that's it. We're gonna wrap it here. Usually play a song, but I'll probably throw something in post. So fuck it. Goodbye, everybody.